Yes, welcome back to the channel everyone, bradamckinnon here, and today we have been working in a house that was built in 1949, so 75 years old, and we're just going to replace a bit of this wall here that had built-in seating in front of it for 75 years. They removed that, and I'm just plastering these walls, making them good for paint finish, and I've decided I'm going to cut this bit out because it's pretty bad. It's pretty water damaged. It's pretty flimsy. It's called fibrous plaster. I'll talk about that in a little bit, but first we'll just sort of talk about the process of cutting it out there. I marked a line. I found my timber behind the wall there just by cutting it a little bit open, and I'm just going to cut it with the multi-tool and start removing the board here, and you can see how flimsy it is. And I'd love to know anyone watching this video around the world, England or America, where quite a few of my viewers watch my videos from. Have you ever seen this, or have you ever come across this? It's essentially a plasterboard sheet without the paper on the front and the back. It's got the old horse hairs for reinforcing in it. So it was made in a mould about 3 meters by 3 meters. Generally it was used for ceilings only back in the day. Some houses used it on the walls before plasterboard was invented. And it's just so flimsy, and it's got no strength, and it's not made level across the whole sheet. It gets thin in places, and it gets thick in places, so you can just see it there. But it's generally like your plaster cornice, or your crown mouldings, you might call it in America, where it's made in a mould with a bit of reinforcing mesh or horsehair they used back in the day. And yeah, just getting rid of this. But it was never painted, it was never sealed or treated, so, and it was completely damaged. So just get rid of it and put some plasterboard in. But you can see it there. You can see the back there. You can see all the horsehair in it. Quite a few houses in New Zealand use this, or have this in their ceilings. It was great for ceilings because it was temporarily fixed up with nails, and then you had to get up in the ceiling afterwards and wad, which was again horsehair dipped in plaster and then hung over the ceiling battens and then stuck to the sheet on the back. And then once all that was done, the nails were removed. So it was great for ceilings and done properly, but you couldn't do that for walls. You couldn't get in behind the walls and wad it, so you had to use nails, and that wasn't very good. Nails really didn't hold anything, so it wasn't really good for walls at all. Now if I have to plaster over these fibrous plaster walls, I'll use the 915mm wide fibre fuse mesh and just mesh the whole wall just to give it that extra strength. But here you can see we've gotten rid of that fibrous plaster, had a clean up, and we're just going to install some plasterboard here just to tidy it all up. And you can see the amount of timber in behind this wall. Even that's probably for the fibrous plaster, just to give it some extra strength there. So we've just cut our plasterboard. We have some offcuts left over on the job from the builder, so we're going to start. These sheets were just about the right size, so I just brought them up and just held them up and marked them, put the level on them and cut them. Now I just put a couple of fixings in, lift it up off the ground and then fix it in place. So again, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments, whether you've seen this material before. I'm sure in England you have, possibly America or anywhere else in the world. Be really interesting to hear. So we're just going to finish off with these two bits here. Just had to get the tape out and measure them. And we're just going to use the level there to cut a nice straight line. And you just put a cut in the board and just break it, cut the back. It's very simple to use, plasterboard. If it's a bit too long, just trim up the edges. You just got to remember, if you're doing a corner section, the first bit that you put in is going to make that last bit a little bit 10mm shorter, so you just got to allow for that. So we'll just finish screwing off this one and we can fix the last one there. So really I just wanted to talk about this material, fibrous plaster. If you're keen to see a bit of plastering or a bit of finishing, check out a load of my other videos I have on this channel. This one was just about replacing this section of board, just to give you an idea of how I do it. But that'll all get meshed up, skimmed off, and you'll never know, it'll look brand new. So hope you enjoyed that one. I'd love to hear comments and love to chat about this material. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.